she looked at me thinking that I'm a foreigner. I mean, obviously, yeah, I don't look Chinese, nor do I speak Chinese that well. But she turned around, she asked the partner, and he mentioned back that for people like me, then it's a 20% increase of the price. And before I could say anything, my wife jumped in and spoke to them in Mandarin and says like, oh, so you think he's a foreigner, you can bluff him and charge him 20% more? I was quite demoralized because one of my good friends invited me, said, hey, why don't you come and join me and my friends on a Saturday morning ride at at Coastal Road? I was like, okay, I don't mind, I'll follow. So I met them at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then all of them are on TT bikes. I was like, dude, why you my bike 9-speed is Shimano Tiagra. You all right, TT bike? I wait for you at Changi Village, then we just eat prata lah. Don't need to what how many lap you want to do. It's like, So maybe it's like a Singaporean mindset. Like, again, nothing wrong with Giant. I love Giant. If the camera is looking, I love Giant. I've ridden Giant for like 10 years. I love Giant. But it's like Giant Taiwanese brand. So it's like driving a Toyota.
Giant people are gonna hate you for this.
No. Listen. Nothing wrong with Toyota. Toyota, Honda, fantastic cars.
I know where this is going.
Yeah, But then, you always dream of the Continental car, right? The Mercedes and the BMW.
Why? Because Angmo.
I don't know. Because, okay, like I said, maybe it's a little bit of the elitist mindset, but it's like seeing the models. And the first question he asked me was like, hey, so how tall are you? I was like, I'm 175 centimeter. I'm 175 meters tall. And straight away he was like, oh, okay, for this bike, right, you ride a medium. And in my head, and this was after I already had this bike, so I know my sizing, and this is a small. I ride a small. I know medium is too big for me, so I was like, no, it's okay. I mean, I'm not buying a bike. I'm just looking around. They said, no, it's okay. For you, confirm you ride medium. I was like, I'm not looking to buy a bike, And he was like, no, come. So he took down the bike, then he put it on the stand there. I think, hey, come, you try the bike. Then I was like, okay, fine. Just to pacify the guy. Then I was like, I got onto the bike, and then it was like really stretched out because like, I'm 175, but we all have like, some of us, the torso a bit longer, short or whatever. So the reach for us is very different from the seat to the, your handlebar. So I was like really stretched out. And then it's like, you see, very arrow for you, just adjust the seat a little bit. I can really. I wanted to get out of the shop already. So I was like, oh yeah, very good. Yeah, I think medium, very good. Then I got off the bike and I just left. I told you I turned this electronic. Then after that, he's like, oh, so this is an e-bike. I was like, what? Then no wonder you told me. No. Then she was like, oh, so it's an e-bike. That's why that day you say you can ride 100. You went for 100k ride. I was like, no, 100k ride, but I still cycle myself. It's not an e-bike. Then what are you charging? I was like, for shifting. Shift what?
All right, welcome everyone back to another show. Today I've got Rupen and his Wilier, but I would like to start today's episode a little bit different because Rupen has a lot of interesting stories to share about about bike shops and cycling. Mainly bike shops here in Singapore.
Yeah.
Without further ado, first of all, Rupen, thank you so much for coming and welcome to the show. And I've got to thank you for contributing. I think you donated a bit of money to my what's the name of that app? Coffee. Buy me a coffee.
Yeah, buy you a coffee.
Buy me a coffee. I've stopped that. So I actually moved on to Patreon. So if you guys would like to support me on Patreon, please do. Again, Rupen, thanks for coming. I would like to start on the topic that you were just talking to Gary about a mountain biking shop that kind of cheated you or more of cheating the community. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Okay, so yes, I won't name drop. This happened like maybe about 10 to 15 years ago. There was this very prominent bike shop in the east. They sold a lot of high-end mountain bikes, and I used to ride a lot of mountain bikes. So I used to go there to get my stuff. And there was this one time I was with my wife, and I was asking the owner how much it was, and she looked at me thinking that I'm a foreigner. I mean, obviously, yeah, I don't look Chinese, nor do I speak Chinese that well, but she turned around, she asked the partner, and he mentioned back that for people like me, then it's a 20% increase of the price. And before I could say anything, my wife jumped in and spoke to them in Mandarin and says like, oh, so you think he's a foreigner, you can bluff him and charge him 20% more? And then they were obviously dumbstruck, and we left. And apparently after that, there used to be a lot of this mountain bike forums on Facebook and stuff. And apparently a lot of foreigners have been buying stuff at this particular shop because, yeah, they did carry a lot of good stuff, good brands, but they've been marking up the prices. And well, the shop is still there, but they don't do that anymore. So
no more mountain bikes.
No more mountain bikes. They have foldies. They have kids bikes, kids bikes, and your market bikes with the basket in front.
Totally different business model.
Yeah. Totally different. And then they have like they still carry like some of the like really, really old jerseys, like the CD jerseys, like from 10 years ago. It's like they probably couldn't clear stock, but it's still there because it's on the way to the market for me when I walk down. So I just glance at it once in a while.
Oh my god!
Yeah, but yeah,
it's horrible, man.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Oh, okay. As we go along, I think there's another story about buying bikes, going to different bike shops.
Yeah.
Have you been a long time cyclist? What's the backstory here?
Okay, so I started off with mountain bikes. If we go back long enough, when I was in secondary school, my friends got into trail biking. So they would buy those Cannondale, the Beast of the East, those hardtail mountain bikes, and then they like put the seats really low.
Yeah.
And one of my friend who had some money, he actually bought the Monty seatless. So they all were into, we would go to the playground and try to bunny hop up on stuff. And then not really interested in that, got into mountain biking, did a lot of that for a long time. But mountain biking takes time. Me and my friends, we go to Pulau Ubin or we go to Bukit Timah and we spend like the whole weekend, Saturdays or Sundays over there. As you get older, you get married, have kids, and the wife is like, why must go cycling the whole day?
Please explain. My wife is
So a side note on that, I made the mistake of like, okay, fine, I don't go mountain biking with my friends, and then I started playing golf, and then golf also the same.
Why must play golf the whole day?
So I was like, Saturday morning you go 7:30 tee off. By the time you finish, eat lunch, come back, it's 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. Then it's like, how different is that from cycling? You're also gone like 3/4 of the day. So it's like, okay, fine. So yeah, but so you can't ride mountain bike at night in Singapore, and so it was like me and my army friends were like, hey, why not we just take our bikes and then we'll go East Coast and ride, or go to the coastal road and ride on our mountain bikes, and then we will ride and then we'll get overtaken by all the guys on the road bike. We'll try to chase and we would catch up like for like 5 seconds, and then they'll just like, you see them so easily pedal, and then we all like struggling on our mountain bike. And then we're like, you know what, maybe we should just ride, maybe we try switching to road bikes. And yeah, so switched to road bike, and yeah, I've been riding on the road since. Yeah.
How long ago was that? Long time road cyclist, or just recently transitioned?
I bought my very first road bike 12 years ago.
Okay.
I didn't know anything about road bike. Me and my friends wanted to switch to road bike, so when I got my Giant Defy, it wasn't very expensive. I think it was like, I bought it for like $900. Started cycling, didn't have a big community of friends who did road cycling at that time. So from like 5 people became 3 people, 2 people, and then just me after work, cycle on my own. And I was quite demoralized because one of my good friends invited me, said, hey, why don't you come and join me and my friends on a Saturday morning ride at Tanah Merah, at Coastal Road. I was like, okay, I don't mind, I'll follow. So I met them at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then all of them are on TT bikes. I was like, dude, why you my bike 9-speed is Shimano Tiagra. You all ride TT bike. I wait for you at Changi Village. Then we just eat prata lah. Don't need to what how many lap you want to do. It's like So because not their fault. They all do triathlons. They do Ironman and stuff. So but. Yeah, I cannot keep up.
But they didn't know that you are new to this.
Yeah, they knew. But
okay.
I think the cycling community, from what I've experienced myself, I think we want to be very inclusive. So it doesn't really matter that, you ride TT bike or you ride, some of them ride 4Ds very fast. So, you want to cycle, just join us and we go cycling together. But obviously, you also cannot make them wait for you lah. If they are going at 40, I'll see you at the finish line. It doesn't matter. You just go. I'll see y'all somewhere. So, but everyone has always been very inclusive, I feel.
Yeah.
So they knew I was a new road cyclist, and obviously I don't ride a TT bike like them. But it was an experience. It was fun. But obviously I couldn't do it with them because they got their own training and stuff. So. For the first, I would say, 6 years, it was really just me alone and maybe one of my friends. Every now and then he would join me. So cycling became more of a leisure thing. I didn't take it very seriously. I didn't really want to invest anything more. But maybe four and a half years ago. Before COVID, I thought, okay, you know what? Getting older, cannot really run. Knees pain already, cannot run. Maybe I should try cycling a little bit more. So I took out my bike, dusted it off, went for a ride. Then at that time, both my brothers started cycling. Then they bought Canon and all the stuff, and then they're all 11 speed. I still on 9 speed. Cannot keep up. So I was like, you know what? Screw it. Invest in a new bike. So I bought this was pre-COVID. I bought the Giant TCR SL Pro 1.
SL Pro 1.
Yeah.
Sounds like is that the highest end Giant or?
At that time, it was the highest end.
Was it with the integrated seat post, the one-piece one?
No.
Okay.
No.
You still could adjust the seat post?
Yeah.
Okay.
Could still adjust the seat post. So that was, I bought the Giant TCR Advanced Pro. Sorry, not SL, sorry. Advanced Pro 1.
I think the SL is the one with the
SL
integrated.
is the one with the integrated. Yeah, sorry. So this was the SL Pro 1. I bought it secondhand on Carousel. Came with a OEM Zip Firecrest wheels, but it was quite light.
And you knew it was OEM?
I knew it was OEM. I knew it was OEM. Rim brakes, and wow, I could feel the difference immediately. And I was like, from my 9-speed piece of aluminium nonsense to carbon fiber with aero wheels and deep. It was a 60 mm rims, so it's like wow, very good. And I really enjoyed riding that bike. I just, again, being very swaku with the whole riding thing, I didn't know how to get fitted not professionally fit, but I didn't know what was the correct, bike size for me. People would tell me oh, you're this tall, so you must ride like this, or you lean forward, then it's very aero, so then that's how you ride, So obviously, you want to look cool. You want to be as aero as everybody else. But then back pain, shoulders pain. And then it's like, if I'm miserable, I'm not going to ride. And if I'm not going to ride, then what's the point of getting a bike, So I wasn't planning on changing to my current bike. I actually went to go and change out my stem. I shortened my stem, changed
No worries.
Changed the handlebar and everything to get more comfortable on the bike, change the seat and everything. But still felt a bit odd.
Sorry, this was a bike fit or not?
No, this was not bike fit.
Okay,
this was on my own.
Okay.
Yeah, so tried to do all the things. It got a little bit better. I felt a little bit more comfortable on the bike. But, and honestly, I would not have switched to this if it wasn't for the crash. Yeah. So I just finished riding with my friends, heading back on Coastal Road. We're going to Changi Village. Just finished raining. We were coming back from Marina Bay. Just finished raining. Road was kind of slick. Not many cars on the road. Just before the round, that bend to Changi Village, there's a bus stop. And I was in the middle. They have the arrow to point in the direction. So obviously when it's wet, that painted thing is a bit slick. I went over it while looking back at my friends and I slipped.
So you were making a turn, is it?
No, just before the turn. I was changing lanes from the middle going back to the side. I kind of slipped. I don't know how I slipped. I was going quite fast. I was maybe going about 32. Slipped, lost control of the bike, and soon the bike wheel hit the curb, the drain. That drain the grills, because it's the same direction as your wheel.
Yeah.
It went in and got stuck. And then the carbon, my wheels broke.
This bike or?
No, not my TCR. So the OEM wheel broke. Went in, the thing broke, and then I flipped over. I went over, crashed. Bike, for some weird reason, both wheels, front and back, broke.
OEM what?
Yeah, it's OEM, but like my front wheel hit the drain and got stuck. I don't know how the rear
decided, okay lah, brake broke, brake also lah.
Yeah, so it's like one brake, both brakes. So I was like, so it was quite that was quite an incident, and I realized that if I'm going to change wheels, then I want to change brakes, but then I want disc brakes for better braking capabilities, but my bike, obviously, rim brake cannot fit disc brake. So I was like, weighing up the options, and then did research, went to go and get, try different bikes. I was contemplating between this and the Cannondale.
Why Cannondale?
Why Cannondale?
So because of the crash, you were already looking to buy, or it was before the crash you were already looking?
No, I wasn't looking actually.
Because of the crash?
It was because of the crash that I wanted to change. That I decided that I needed to change to a disc brake, because I thought it would be safer for me.
Okay.
If it had not been wet, and probably I would have braked before I hit the drain and flipped over and went into the grass. But it was after the crash that I decided that I needed to change. And then I started looking, and Hap Leong, I like the shop. So if anybody knows, Hap Leong, I like Hap Leong. The people are fantastic there. So Hap Leong was opposite my old office.
Chinatown.
Yes, in Chinatown. So during lunchtime, I always walk that direction, go to the coffee shop to go and buy lunch. It's like every day, wow, I see all the bikes on there, then see the Cannondale, see the Meridia, and all the bikes, like, wow, very nice, very nice. Then my colleagues like, go lah, try lah. I have a lot of Angmong colleagues. So they say, hey, Cannondale good ma. So I was like, okay, go. So I tried on the different sizes, because different brands, the sizing is obviously different, and the geometry of the bike. So what a small on a Giant, a small on a Wilier, or a small on a Cannondale is not the same. It's very different. And the geometry, the angle, the positioning. So I tried different models and everything. I was like, Cannondale is actually quite comfortable for me. One of the guys, the bike techs who worked there, was kind enough to let me his own bike, because it was a right size. Then I took it out for a spin. I was like, hey, this is actually quite comfortable with the correct stack height and everything, because we were about the same height. So it was quite good. So I was contemplating Cannondale for a while, and I don't know, it's how do I put it?
Was it a Super 6?
It was the Super 6 Evo. Yeah,
the older one, not the new.
The older one, all black,
yeah.
the all black one. Yeah, so I was contemplating that for a while, and I don't know. It's I don't know if it's like an elitist mindset, or maybe it's like a Singaporean mindset. Like, again, nothing wrong with Giant. I love Giant. If the camera is looking, I love Giant. I've ridden Giant for like 10 years. I love Giant. But it's like Giant Taiwanese brand, so it's like driving a Toyota.
Giant people are gonna hate you for this.
No. Listen. Nothing wrong with Toyota, Honda, fantastic cars.
I know where this is going.
Yeah. But then, you always dream of the Continental car, right? The Mercedes and the BMW.
Why? Because Angmo.
I don't know. Because, okay, like I said, maybe it's a little bit of the elitist mindset, but it's like, the cycling, that in the heritage of cycling, you watch Tour de France and all that, and then you see the heritage of the bike building and everything, and then you always you can, even if you drive a Merc, you can always say like, wow, my dream is I want to drive a Ferrari. And then if people ask you, hey, what's the Ferrari of cycling? And normally people say, Pinarello, Conago, and all this are the so-called the European elite.
You don't see some China brand up there?
You don't. But okay, again, Giant, fantastic. I love Giant people ride in Tour de France, so it's okay. It's perfectly fine. Maybe Giant doesn't suit me. Yeah. So
bad experience with Giant.
No. The sizing. I need to custom too much. So that, like, something pulled me, like, I knew, okay, I mean, Pinarello is to some people it's like the dream, but for me, I always found, like, as much as good as Ferrari is and as fantastic a car as it is, I prefer the Porsche because it's it feels a little bit more practical for every day, and I'm not, I won't even say like I'm a very good amateur or enthusiast. I just like cycling. So if I were to ride a Pinarello and then the person on the Giant overtake me, they'll be like, wow, you ride Pinarello and then Giant overtake you. You ride Conago and then the guy on the 4D overtake you. It's like, what the hell? So it's like, okay, so let's not, don't need Pinarello. So I've known about Wilier for a while. Never actually seen it in person or like rode it until I went down to Bike Mart. Again, visually, the moment I saw this red, I knew I wanted it. There's something about this. They call this velvet red. I think velvet red. But there's something about this color that, like Ferrari red, it just drew me to it. And I was like, hey, can I like this bike. I want to try this bike. So, and I was pleasantly surprised that my bike is completely stock. I have not changed a thing. And it fits me like a glove. For some weird reason, it fits me perfectly fine, with that stack height that I have. It's comfortable. I don't get the back pains. I don't get the shoulder aches and everything. And it fits me perfectly. And it's like suddenly, like, all the stars have lined up. And then it's like, wow, fantastic. And then, okay, so I was like, yeah, so I thought about it. I was like, actually, yeah, I think the color, and yes, Italian, so, it's
fits into the category of what you're looking.
So, you take off Italian made, yes. Red color, yes. And then, I wanted something that not many people had. I mean, I'm sure there are lots of people who ride Wilier, but you don't see it as much as you see Pinarellos or Conagos, or like, even now I think, wow, you see a lot of people riding Factor and all that. So I was like, yeah. So yeah, I got this. And
did the price check off your checklist? You mentioned everything except price.
Yeah. Okay, so when I bought this, okay, my set, I mean, inclusive of my cycle computer, and okay, this pedal that you see, this red pedal, yes,
so
it's
striking.
Yes, it's striking. It matches my bike. But this is the very same pedal that I had 12 years ago on my on my Giant Defy.
12 years ago.
Yeah, on my Giant Defy, this Look Kyo2, I have not changed it yet. I have not changed it yet. Okay. I've been using the same pedal for the last 12 years.
Wow.
Yeah. But okay. I will be changing it. I need to change the pedals already.
Okay. And can we mention about the price?
Yeah, sure. So the price, everything included was okay, don't count the pedals, but like just the front mount for the computer, the light, and I'll say the bike, don't need to say bottle cage. 10K.
10K.
Yeah, so I spent 10K on this bike. And
Does the wife approve?
No.
Do I need to censor this out when I edit?
No, she knows. So obviously when I told her I changed bike, I was like, what happened? Oh no, so I sold the other bike. I mean, obviously I sold off my Giant. Then I bought. Then obviously I didn't tell her how much, but when she found out.
Did she find out?
How
she went to the bike shop and, hey, my husband bought this bike. Can you tell me how much is this?
No. So no. She found out. Obviously, I mean, I paid with it credit card.
Okay.
So yeah. So I mean, the bills come in. So
yeah.
They said, wow, you spend this kind of money on the bike, and then I was like,
that's my handbag.
I was like, yeah.
It's Italian.
It's Italian.
That's why 10,000.
Yeah, but she was pissed for like a week.
Oh, that's quite long.
Yeah, she was pissed. No, my wife is it's not that she doesn't spend money on stuff, but she to her you have to think very carefully. So it's like she will like when she found out how much. She was like, the first thing is like, you list out pros. Okay, so compare this bike to the other bike. You tell me all the things that this bike is different. Like, why is it different?
Okay,
why does it cost?
Perfect time for you. Tell me.
Oh, I mean, I told her, I tell you also, you don't know. I tell you, she still say, wow, your bike, what, aluminium? So I said, no, it's not aluminium. It's carbon fiber.
Only the color different, the rest all same, right?
Yeah. No, my previous bike was black and red also. So
is that why you got it red? So that she can't tell the difference?
No. So then after that, I was like, if I were to tell her, like, this one is DI2, is electronic shifting. No, and okay, I'll tell you a funny joke.
Sorry, this is very funny.
Yeah. So, I was charging the DI2, and this was after she found out the price already, and she was angry. So I was charging the bike at home, and then my daughter and her came back after. She went to pick my daughter up from tuition. She came home, and she saw the bike plugged in. Then there's the blue light, is charging. And she's like, "Why are you charging your bike?" I was like, I told you I turned this electronic. Then after that, he's like, oh, so this is an e-bike. I was like, what? Then no wonder you told me. No. Then she was like, oh, so it's an e-bike. That's why that day you say you can ride 100. You went for 100K ride. I was like, no, 100K ride, but I still cycle myself. It's not an e-bike. Then why you charging? I was like, for shifting. Shift what? I was like, okay, got Bluetooth. There's no wire. You see, got no cable. Brake, yes, got cable. But Bluetooth to shift the gear lah. You press button, see click, and then the gear shift lah. That's why must charge. If not, cannot shift. Oh, so it's not e-bike lah. I said, no. Then after I said, okay, you ask me now. Please don't tell people I ride e-bike. Okay? People know I ride bicycle. I know I'm a bike enthusiast. Don't suddenly they say, oh, your husband ride e-bike.
You ride e-bike around island.
Wow, I do e-bike around the island. Cannot.
You need to have your own cycling show, man.
Yeah, so I was like, wow, I cannot. No, so yeah, so. Yeah, so I explained to her. So now she's cool. I'm here doing this, so she knows I'm here doing this.
Did this justify the $10,000 price tag? Or would have an e-bike actually justified it?
Maybe if I told her, yeah, it's an e-bike. It's an e-bike. 10,000 probably okay. But then,
It's funny because I also have DI2, right? And my wife occupies 99% of the kitchen, and the only place where I could appropriately charge my bike is in the kitchen because at the back is a storeroom. So I'll bring my bike, I'll flip it upside down so I can charge it, and I'm like moving all her coffee machine out of the place, plug in the charger and charge it. Sometimes she goes in there, she wants to use the microwave, but the bike is charging. I told her, and sometimes I in the morning, right, I go out at 5:36 and then I'll park the bike outside my room. So when she opens the door, you'll kena the bike, So there was one time I didn't know she woke up so early just to say bye to me. I was sitting there wearing my socks and she opened, right? It's like literally, it's like a cinema scene. Everything slow mo, the door opening, hitting the bike. I was like running trying to catch the bike. You're so scary.
Yes, I know that. Yes, like you, to charge my bike, I have to put it in the kitchen in front of my coffee machine. I put it in front of the coffee machine and then I plug in and charge. But my wife knocking down my bike almost happened to this bike. So because my front door and the storeroom door are like, side by side. So I would park my bike in front of the storeroom door so the front door doesn't, in the mornings before I go cycling. Then for some weird reason, she wanted to open the storeroom door to get a bag or something. Then she almost knocked it over. Then I said, okay, lucky she caught it in time before my bike dropped. So I said, okay, so this can never happen. So I went to go and rummage around. I found, those resistant bands for exercise. Wow, I tie date knot to the handle, tie around my handlebar, make sure my cat don't knock it over, my wife don't knock it over. Okay, everything tie already. Okay, then can go and sleep in peace. If not, wow, I tell you.
It's so funny, man. Like what we do to our bikes. Like even washing my bike, she's like, you take 2 hours to wash your bike, but you don't even shower for 10 minutes.
different. It's different.
Can I ever understand?
Yeah, we don't rush, so
My wife is behind the camera, she's laughing now.
We don't rush, so it's okay.
Oh my god, that was very funny. Okay, but you have a story to tell also about bike shops. Remember you were saying you were shopping for bikes, and maybe you want to share a little bit more. No name dropping.
No name dropping. Okay, so I was going out to meet a client, and I was early, and I happened to see this bike shop, and they happen to carry this bike and a few other bikes. So I just walked in, just looking around, because I wasn't going to buy, but you go into a bike shop, you want to see new colors or whatever, like any new fancy things, like even if it's a water bottle that matches the color of your bike, like, hey, okay, $10 just buy lah, So I will always go into a bike shop to see the any new bikes or shiny things. I guess we are attracted to it. And so I went in, then obviously the salesperson comes up and say, oh, hi, are you looking for anything? And I was like, no, I'm just browsing around, not really, just looking around, seeing the models. And the first question he asked me was like, hey, so how tall are you? I was like, I'm 175 centimeter, I'm 175 meters tall. And straight away he was like, oh, okay, for this bike, right, you ride a medium. And in my head, and this was after I already had this bike, so I know my sizing, and this is a small. I ride a small. I know medium is too big for me, so I was like, no, it's okay. I'm not buying a bike. I'm just looking around. They said, no, it's okay. For you, confirm you ride medium. I was like, I'm not looking to buy a bike, And he was like, no, come. So he took down the bike, then he put it on the stand there. Okay, hey, come, you try the bike. Then I was like, okay, fine. just to pacify the guy. Then I was like, I got onto the bike, and then it was like really stretched out, because like, I'm 175, but we all have like, some of us, the torso a bit longer, short or whatever. So the reach for us is very different from the seat to the, your handlebar. So I was like really stretched out. And then it's like, you see, very arrow for you, just adjust the seat a little bit. I can really. I was like, I wanted to get out of the shop already. So I was like, oh yeah, very good. Yeah, I think medium, very good. Then I got off the bike and I just left. So it's like, I know that salespeople are salespeople. We always want to push for sales, but I don't know. Sometimes
too aggressive.
Sometimes too aggressive. You can put people off.
Yeah.
And it can be quite annoying sometimes.
Actually, I find the bike shops that are the very genuine ones, they are more calm. They let you take your time to decide. They even tell you like, okay, you think about it, come back, if you think, do your own research.
Yep.
Those I think are the best guys, man.
Don't
try to push so hard. Right? Wow. So this shop that you're speaking of, no name dropping.
Yeah.
East or west? North, south?
This is Central.
Central, wow. Okay, Central is like a big bomb there. I don't know, a lot of bike shops there.
Yeah, Central. This was in Central.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we move on. No. We talk about this after the camera shuts off. Okay, so back to the bike. You got this from Bike Mart.
Yes.
How's the shopping experience with Bike Mart? I've never been there. I think they're just around the corner around here.
Yeah.
I heard the parallel import. I'm wrong. I might be wrong. If you could correct me. Are these bikes, are they a dealer? Or?
They're a deal. They are the official, if I'm not wrong, and according to the website, they're the official dealer and the largest distributor for Wilier bikes.
For Wilier, okay.
Of course, they also have, they sell second-hand bikes to people that sell back to them, and then they refurbish and sell it off at decent prices, and the shopping experience there was good. They were not pushy. They asked the important questions, like like the things that normally a first time buyer especially would not normally think, because you're so excited about getting a bike. You're not really, you are thinking of, oh, I want the correct size, I want the correct group set, I want this, I want this shiny thing, and this can fit this computer, and if I upgrade to big carbon wheels or what can. But then they ask the important questions like, how often do you ride? What kind of terrain do you ride on? Are you the kind of person that's looking to do a lot of hill climbing, or are you a flat road? You ride groups, you ride alone. Do you intend to compete? Like, do you want something that's really race specific, a little bit more relaxed? So they ask those kind of questions before they would even recommend, and I thought that was really helpful because, like I said, many years ago when I bought my first bike. You don't get, and this was like 12, 15 years ago. So there wasn't a lot of information on the internet of like, what kind of rider are you? What are you looking for? Whether it's are you an endurance rider, or, are you going for races or anything? So you would think, you would not think of these things. And you go to the shop, you look for what looks nice, what the colorway or whatever. And sometimes some salespeople who are maybe not, I'm not saying they're bad, but maybe they're not experienced. So they also wouldn't know how to ask you the right question. They'll just probably like, okay, you try this one, or too big, or you try this one, or too small. Okay, then this medium, okay, So it is what it is, I guess. But they I guess at Bike Mart, they do take that extra help to I mean, they go the extra mile to help you find what you need, and it was quite useful because like I went down to the very first time I went down to the shop, the so-called the bike specialists, the fitters or mechanics, or the specialists are what they call themselves. They weren't around. They were at the Taiwan bike show. So what the other salesperson, and he told me frankly, he told me like, I'm not as well versed with these bikes as the other guys. I'm just the salesperson here who's I'm at the shop. So what I can do is I can give you their handphone number. You text them. They're still, I don't know if they can reply you straight away because they're still in Taiwan. But you can ask them whatever questions you need. And I thought, hey, why not? So I took the name card. I messaged the number, and like I messaged them like at lunchtime, and before dinner we were already conversing. They asked me like take photo of my current bike to send it to them, what size, and they already started asking me the questions of like what I was interested in and like things like that. And I thought that was really helpful, that you could start a conversation without actually like, technically you're like starting a conversation with somebody about bikes, not because they are trying to sell you something. Because I have not even met them. They've not seen me in the shop. They have not seen like, or asked me like, oh, you like this bike or that bike or any. But it was more of a conversation about bicycles and what you want from your bicycle. And I thought that was very helpful. And I guess that swayed my decision making from Cannondale to the Wilier.
Wow.
Yeah.
This episode is not sponsored by Bike Mart, but Bike Mart, if you're watching, I'm open. You can DM me or email me. Okay, and then so you walked in and said, okay, I'm looking for a Wilier. You knew you were going to get a Wilier, or you went there, you saw the red Wilier and you said, check everything.
I already checked out Wilier, I mean their website, obviously, before I went down. So I knew they carried the different models of Wilier. They had like I think the GTR team, the Filante, obviously, this bike, and a few other different models. I can't remember all the names. But when I walked in and I saw this color, I was like, this has to be the bike that I wanted. And well, I mean, yeah. So I got it.
And tell us about the sizing. How did you know? How did you select the sizing? I know you said you spoke to them. Do you know what size you're going to get?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So I didn't know. And to be honest, I don't even know what size. I think this is a small, because they don't go like small, they have like a numbering.
Okay, the top two maybe.
Yeah. So and
this, do you know what's the number that you saw?
I think
52.
No, I think it's 50 or 51.
Okay.
Yeah, 50 or 51.
Right.
And so I went in not knowing what to expect really. So obviously, I mean, standard, they ask your height. Then obviously they bring out a few models to see what you're comfortable with. Then from there, I mean, obviously after sitting on a bike, then you they raise the seat a little bit to see. Then after that, then they started to take the, like, your stack height, because like when you reach over, like, how do you want it slammed, or do you want it like a little bit more relaxed and everything. So then I found like what suited me the best, and I got it set to that.
So this was the bike that you saw, this exact one, as in this exact frame.
This exact frame, yes, but obviously, I mean,
they got you a new one.
It had to be built again, because the one that's just a display.
Oh, there's a display. Okay.
That was just a display. So, they had to. Okay, so the only difference from the display bike and my bike are the wheels. Okay. Because these are the Vision 30s, and I changed the tires to have the 10 wall. Their so-called stock wheels are the Wilier wheels. So it's the black carbon wheels with the little red tab on it. So it's their own Wilier wheels, and it was obviously not the 10 walls all black. Yeah, so only the wheels changed. Okay, but it didn't affect the price.
And why did you want these wheels? What's the reason behind getting?
Actually, I did not want these wheels. This happened to be the makeup for this bike.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is how I would see it on the website.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. For the on the website, you would see exactly like, except for the tires lah, because it's the normal tire is all black. I asked them to change to the 10 wheel because it just looks better.
Right. Maybe give us a quick overview of the setup. Tell us about wheels. What you have here, cockpit, saddle.
Okay. Again, my bike is completely stock. I've not changed anything. Group set, Shimano Ultegra Di2s, 12 speed. The cockpit is the Wilier integrated cockpit. Wheels are Vision 30 with my tires are the Vittoria Corsa tires, 28mm tires. Saddle is Pro Logo, and the cockpit is, like I said, cockpit is fully integrated, and bottle cages are from my old bike, Topeak. Bottle cages, Garmin bike computer, and Raveman front lights.
Raveman?
Yeah, Raveman.
Where's that from?
I have no idea. Again, when it comes to accessories on bikes, I'm not so much about being branded, but more on utility. So I like to keep my things as neat as possible. And at that time, the Raveman was the only one that I could screw on everything in one, where the light and then my Garmin on top. So it had the lock, the mount and the lock in on the light itself. So yeah, that's the reason why I got it. Okay. I just like I prefer a clean look instead of like two totally different things. My rear lights are, I have no idea what, Infinite X.
Is it moon or something like that? No?
I have no idea. I can't remember.
Right.
Can't remember. But yeah, that's about. Oh yeah, and obviously my 12-year-old
the 12-year-old pedals.
Look pedals, which has lasted me a long time. Yeah. But it's time for a change.
And bike weight. What's the weight of the bike?
Weight of the bike without any accessories is I think about 7.3. Yeah, 7.2, 7.3 without bottle cages, without pedals, everything is about 7.3.
Does the weight matter to you?
Okay. I mean, obviously compared to my very first bike, which was like 9.5 kg aluminium bike, yes, the weight, you can tell the difference. I'm not the fastest rider. I'm not the lightest rider. If you all can see, I'm a plus size model. I'm working on losing the weight. I have a few races next year that.
Oh wow!
Yeah, good. I've started going back. I've started training back for all the triathlons and stuff. So weight doesn't really matter that much. Stiffness does. Okay, so for this bike, Again, no expert, but the so-called weight to stiffness ratio works for me perfectly. Like my previous bike, the Giant TCR, it was light, but it was not as stiff as this. Like you could still feel a little bit of the wobble when you accelerate, but this is like the moment you accelerate, the stiffness in the bike is totally different.
Do you think it's because for the fact that it's a carbon bike, so it's not because it's Wilier?
Yeah.
Am I correct to say that?
I think for a carbon bike, yes, the stiffness is there. Though I am comparing my Giant carbon bike and this carbon bike, not the aluminum.
So then
bike.
It's not about material then.
I don't think it's only about material, but I think it's the geometry and the make. I mean, I know a little bit. I watch a little bit on YouTube. It's like how they wrap, the direction of the wrapping of the carbon fiber. Like it makes a difference in the stiffness and how they do it. So maybe I have not ridden a Pinarello. I've not ridden any other bike, so I cannot compare to that. But for this, compared to my Giant, I can tell a difference, and I'm not a professional or even amateur in any way, but I can tell the difference, and I think that, as my friends say, marginal gains.
Marginal gain is all that matters in cycling.
Yes. But they do not let me live it down. Ever since I changed to this bike, every weekend, like go and ride, they're like, hey, you lead. I was like, cannot be every time I lead.
Are these the TT guys?
No. These are some of my old army buddies and some friends that I've been riding with for a while. So it's like okay, my first ride with y'all a new bike, okay lah. I lead. It's okay, new bike. Okay, second week, okay, still, dude. It's been like 6 months. Can y'all take over? No, I'm tired already lah. I want to draft y'all. I don't want to lead every week, But they always say no, new bike, 12 speed, very fast one. It's the leg lah. You give me 20 speed also. My friends on the TT bike also will outrun me lah. You can't compare. So again, cycling is a very personal thing. I feel then if you feel good on the bike, then you want to ride more, and you feel more confident on the bike, and then you'll enjoy it more. And I guess different people will feel differently about different bikes, different makeup. Yeah. Like my brother, he's very fast. He rides really, really fast. He's super fit, but he rides a steel bike. And he rides a Massey steel bike.
Has he heard of the Oompa Loompa Cycling YouTube channel?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
We can show him the video and I can invite him here after that.
He got me to wear this. Purpose.
Okay.
Yeah. So he rides a steel bike and he outruns me and my youngest brother all the time.
Wow, family of cyclists.
Yeah. So we are like me and my youngest brother will be like just cruising at like say 32, talking and cycling towards Changi Village or whatever. And he will be like taking his handphone at 32, hands not on the bike, on his steel bike, and then, hey guys, I video. Okay, I see you all at the end, okay? And then he just guns it, and then he'll go to the end, and then he'll be sitting there. Okay, y'all came in about 15 minutes later.
I'm done with breakfast.
I'm done already.
Let's go.
Y'all go, I think go back already lah. I mean like, yeah, so he's like, I mean, he's a personal trainer. So he's a personal trainer and fitness has been a very big thing to him. So like, yeah, obviously he's very fit. But
what does he think of your bike?
He likes it. Yeah. But obviously the first question, when I got it and I told him, he was like, you got to tell your wife how much already. So, then after that, you see what happened? Yeah. So, and I don't know if it's a weird thing. He rides his steel bike. He rides faster than all of us. He'll probably be cruising at like 40 on his steel bike. No clipless. He cycles with running shoes.
What? That is a crime.
Yeah,
it's a crime.
He cycles with running shoes. So if you see, if any of y'all see on Tanah Merah Coastal Road, you will see this guy in cycling outfit. He wears. I think he only wears Purpose.
And what bike is it?
Massey. It's an Italian
What color
bike.
is it?
It's silver, red, and bluish.
Is he a very tall guy?
No, he's a bit shorter than me.
Okay, maybe a different guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he rides a steel bike, and if you ever see on Coastal Road, and then he'll be wearing his Nike running shoe. Yeah, that's him.
Cycle morning or night?
Whenever he's free. Sometimes he because like I said, he's a personal trainer, so he has clients who also train for triathlon. Then he'll go cycling with them.
Oh, okay.
So he might go like mornings before work kind of
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
Running Nike shoes, if I see that person,
Yeah,
I'll-
Nike free, the Nike free, the
ah?
Nike free.
Okay, I'll look out for all the shoes.
Yeah, that's my younger brother. So he'll.
Okay.
Yeah,
What's his name?
Ravin.
Ravin? Okay, Ravin.
So yeah, but he messaged me the other day. He was like, "Hey, I think I need to get clipless shoes."
It's time.
Yeah, because he wants to like because he does cycle really fast, and I think some of his peers have told him, "Hey, actually, why don't you start trying to compete in certain races?" So he's now like, "Okay, I think I'm going to go get clipless shoes,
Yeah.
and try to cycle with that."
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay. We're running a little bit short of time because my camera will die in the next 10 minutes.
Sure.
It's a 1 hour running time.
Yeah, sure.
So I just want to say that just now as I was trying to change your gears all the way to the smallest gear, I realized it couldn't shift.
Yep.
And I put it onto the bike stand and I was like, why wasn't it shifting? And apparently I think it was the hanger. It's like,
Yes.
the hanger doesn't look straight. And then I think it's rubbing against the RD and like, bro,
Yep.
you got to check out your bike. And then as I was pushing it out, I realized that the handle was a little bit shaky as
Yeah.
well. I told you to press the front brake and
Yep.
rock it back and forth, and the
Yep.
headset was loose.
Yep.
What's going on with the bike, man?
So this I'm assuming that this all happened after the crash. Okay, not a big serious crash. Thankfully, everyone is fine. But we were coming back from a ride. We finished eating at Changi Village, and we came down Pasir Ris because I stay in Tampines, so go down by Pasir Ris back to Tampines, and for I guess impatient bus driver overtook us and then cut us off in front, and then everybody hit the brakes and everybody crashed into each other.
Shit.
Yeah. So I'm assuming the looseness in that and the bent hanger came from that crash because I was the first person and then everyone else came crashing into
Did the
me.
bus driver realize that he caused an accident?
Yes, he did because he stopped and then there was a report made. Obviously, because the bus has the camera and my friend's bike has a camera and everything. So there was a report made. Police, I think my friend lodged police report on behalf of all of us. We sent in all the photos and everything. I'm not sure what the outcome of it yet. I haven't heard back from them, but
Was the bus driver apologetic? Did he come out? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, he was laughing actually.
Shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Sad to hear.
Yeah.
But please get your bike checked.
Yes, I will.
Please get a new hanger. You can ask Bike Mart to send you a new one. Because I think the easy fix would to bend the hanger back, which work, but I don't think it's perfect, and it might be little bit. The metal will not be as strong. So
that's true.
Get a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a lot of questions on the pedal, saying what's the red pedal. We've already acknowledged that. Why is the pedal red? This is a 12-year-old Lokio.
Lokio pedal.
Yeah, the next question, which is very interesting, and I resonate with this question, which kind of made me not like this bike. I'm sorry, I know it's your bike. It's not mine, so I should not have any authority to say or speak about the bike.
Okay.
Why is there a bit of something jutting out of the seat post where the top tube and seat post is that small little bump there?
Oh, that's because that's the screw. If you want to adjust the height of your seat, this you
screw is there.
unscrew that. Then because it's like a clamping thing, so you tighten and then it clamps. It's like there's a clamp in there that squeezes onto your seat post. Yeah, so that's
It's been an eyesore though. Does it affect you?
no.
The OCD me is like constantly looking at it. It's like a big pimple.
No. I think no. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next question then. The Filante SLR is around the same weight with C50, I think Shimano C50. Shouldn't this bike be a bit more lighter then compared to the Filante, which I guess the Filante is more of an aero?
Yeah, again, I'm no expert on the Wilier brand, but if I'm not wrong, I think the Wilier the Filante is more race specific, so it might be lighter. This is more of an all-rounder kind of thing. It's not. I mean, obviously you can see it's not exactly an aero bike. It's just a light bike. But okay. If you're comparing weight for weight, I think the reason why this bike is almost the same weight as the Filante and not lighter is because the wheels are not the Wilier wheels. These are the Vision wheels, which might be heavier. So if I were to put on their original, the Wilier wheels, it might be lighter. I don't know.
Okay, maybe that's the reason. How are the Vision wheels? What's the depth again? 40? 30?
No, this 30.
30? What's the feel like and how do you find the Vision wheels?
I think it's for what it is, stock, I think it's good. I do plan to upgrade the wheels, but I would prefer something around the 40, 44 depth, depth kind of thing, around that kind of depth. For again, I'm not so concerned about racing and going at full out on every ride and maximizing that aero thing. I think it's a fantastic set of wheels for what it is. Yeah.
The Wilier frames are very pricey or overpriced compared to other same level brand. Could you tell us what's your response to this?
Same level brand as compared to what? Pinarello, Conalgo?
Yeah, I guess, but I think that's much more expensive.
Those are much more expensive.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, I mean, you drive don't hate me for this, you drive a Toyota, got 4 wheels, you drive a Ferrari, got 4 wheels, it's Japanese versus Continental.
I'm in the process of buying a new bike, and just like you, I started with a Giant. I rode that bike for a very long time. It was my first road bike, and I don't know, man. It's like we cyclists look up to all these European brands, and I'm getting a Look. Right, by the time this video is out, probably I would have gotten my bike.
Nice.
If you heard of a Look,
yeah.
So not very common, I guess, but I'm
French brand.
French,
Yep.
French, but I don't know made in where lah.
I think it's made in France.
I don't think so, man. For that price, I don't think it's made in France.
I've seen a few Look bikes at the Factor shop at Changi.
RS Cycles.
Is it RS
Cycles? The corner one, right?
No, not the corner one. The one right in the middle. There's this new shop that does Factor. It's a Factor shop.
RS?
Is it called
corner,
RS?
right?
No, in the middle. It's right in the middle,
In the
of
middle.
Changi Village. Right in the middle. Then if you're looking at the shop, on the left-hand side is that cafe, the bike cafe. It's on the left side. There's a Factor shop right in the middle. I was so tempted by the Factor, the OVM,
Factor. Now you're confusing me. Ostro.
Ostro Ovam or whatever.
Ostro Vam.
Ostro Vam, yeah. Ostro, whatever the name is. Yeah, but I mean, because it just looks fantastic. But yeah, I saw Look bikes at that shop. Yeah.
You like it?
It looks cool.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
A lot of people will say that it's a mixture of bikes, but I mean, who are we to kid lah? Now these bikes are just copying one another and just mixing it all together, right? Okay, last one before we wrap things up. Is this a climbing bike with shallow wheels in Singapore a very rare thing? In Singapore, all we see is aero bikes with deep wheels for a very good reason, because it's flat.
That is true. So, like I said, I'm not the fastest cyclist. Now probably because I want to do races more, so I probably have to train to be faster. But it's a good excuse also. So it's like if anybody overtake you, then you can say, "Hello, you riding aero bike like I riding climbing bike." I mean, cannot compare, But it's not like I go to Mount Faber or what and do climbing anyway lah. The only hill my friend makes me do is like if you want to go eat prata, then we must go to there's that 2 hills at the Changi Hospital, at the Changi Hospital.
Oh, okay, near the prison at the back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, we do this just then we can go eat prata. We don't. You tell our group, we don't do, then no prata.
So we have to do the hill.
So have to then I do And you should have that guy come on the show. That guy has like 21 bikes.
Who is this?
My friend Feiyu. He used to. Yeah.
Feiyu watching. Already called out already.
Yeah. You should have, or you should just like tour. He keeps like half of his bikes at home and then half of it in his office. So it's like,
who is this guy?
Yeah. So he's like 10 bikes at home, 11 bikes in this office, and then he'll cycle one bike to office and then cycle another one home, then cycle one to office and cycle another one home.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So that's it. We are on time. Hopefully my cameras are still alive and running. I would just like to put a small little plug if you don't mind.
Sure.
Guys, I'm on Patreon. Please do consider supporting my channel to keep this running and to pay for all the camera gears. And Rupen, before I end this, free airtime for you. Anything you would like to say to your fellow friends?
Fellow friends and audience. Okay, if you're a which camera should I look in? Front camera.
Front or this one? This one is zoom. That one not zoom.
Okay. COVID cyclists, I hate you. I hate all you COVID cyclists. No, actually, I'm joking. No, I don't. I don't hate COVID cyclists. I know a lot of people started cycling in during COVID, and I'm not a COVID cyclist, and I don't hate COVID cyclists. I think more cyclists is better for the community. I think it brings out a lot of conversations that.
But the bus driver don't like you all lah.
Yeah, bus drivers don't like us. Yeah. But it brings out conversations. I think on the whole safety aspect of riding on the road. We have more. We have a lot more dedicated cycling areas now, especially on roads also. So I think that's good. I'm just. I think the big thing that everybody needs to learn that we share the road. So let's all just be. Courteous of each other. I drive, so I also know the pains of driving, but as a cyclist, I also know that having drivers, drive very close to you or whatever can be very scary. So,
it's on purpose.
No, some people do it on purpose. I've had taxi drivers do it on purpose, especially, like after the red light, they want to like quickly get past you at the red light, so they come very close. So it can be quite annoying, but I think since, like I said, COVID cyclists, a lot of people started. So just be safe. Don't, sometimes you see like 30 people on the road, then not keeping in straight lines or 2 people at least, like 5 people, then all talking or whatever. I think we all just need to be safe so that. Sorry.
I think it's about time.
So
sorry about that.
Yeah, we just need to not do things to get a bad name. Then people storm us and then say, "See lah, cyclists anyhow. 30 people on the road, 50 people on the road." So there are bad apples, but let's protect the cycling name.
Well said. Have you considered stand-up comedy?
I tried.
Oh, you tried?
I tried, but people say I'm not funny.
I think you're funny, man. This must be the funniest episode. My tears are running down my eyes. You guys can't see behind my camera. We're talking about all his stories. But Rupen, thank you so much. You want to say something?
No. I'm just saying thank you.
Rupen, thank you so much for coming. Wonderful guest. I think this will be a hit on YouTube. But what do you guys think? Do comment in in this video, and a round of applause for Rupen.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
All right.
We got to stay